everyone, and welcome to the BME Life. Today we're going to be reviewing the Muse S brain sensing headband. So this is a headband that is basically a wearable device with multiple sensors that use advanced EEG technology to detect brain activity, heart rate, breathing, and body movements to provide real-time feedback through immersive soundscapes, enabling users to discover the practice that really fits them best. The Muse headband can be used to track your sleep and meditation practices, meaning that it helps you refocus during the day and recover at night. I was honestly very excited to try this because I've always been someone that gets stressed really easily and have a bit of a trouble sleeping sometimes. On top of that, I recently started a new sales job. I'm planning a wedding, trying to start a new Etsy shop, so basically just a lot of things running through my mind, and I figured it was the right time to try meditation. So yeah, I was very excited when Muse was very kind and sent me this headband. I've of course heard of meditation before, but never really seriously considered trying it. It just seemed like something that was interesting, but I would never really do. But when I heard that Muse can monitor your biosignals during meditation and sleep, I was really curious to give it a try and see if it would really help. So how exactly can this headband help you track and understand your sleep and meditation practices? The Muse headband comes with its own software, the Muse App. This app was super helpful in first getting started and teaching me how to use the headband. In the app, you will be able to create your own profile, see history of recordings, get introductory videos, lessons, and so much more. One of the first things I started doing was the Muse Essentials course, which is a series of 10 lessons that get you started on your meditation journey. Again, I've never tried meditation before, so these lessons were very informative. It walks you through the meditation, and in the end, you're able to see some results that provide you a great way to see how you did. Results include things like a graph of how long you remained active, neutral, or in a calm state. It's also really cool because every time you remain calm for a while, these birds would actually start tweeting, and it was just very relaxing, and in the end it gives you a number of how many birds you accumulated, so it's just really cool. I work from home, so the way that I was doing it is really just giving myself a break throughout the day and dedicating 10 minutes a day to completing a meditation session. It was honestly very nice to kind of separate from work and isolate for a little bit and just dedicate some time to relax, which is not something that I typically do. But yeah, you really get to escape real life and work on relaxing. And yes, when I say work on relaxing or meditating, I literally mean it, because meditation is no easy task. It was honestly very hard for me to do it at first because I feel like my mind is always running nonstop. I'm always thinking of something, and being able to train your brain to not think, it's really hard, and really it's harder than I expected. Through the meditations, the Muse app will ask you to focus on your breathing. But before I knew it, I was always just going away from my breathing, and I was 15 seconds into a new thought. So definitely hard to meditate and only focus on your breathing. One thing that I learned with Muse in the trainings is that it's okay to get distracted during meditation. It's totally normal, it's totally okay, it's like any other exercise. In fact, there was this one lesson called puppy training that I thought was really interesting because it talked about how meditation is really a lot like training a puppy. You know how sometimes when you have a puppy, you sit, bark, whatever. And one of the things you want to teach your puppy is how to stay calm. And that's kind of what you're doing with your mind. You're trying to teach it to stay, but in the beginning, your mind is not gonna stay. Or maybe it'll stay just like a puppy. It'll stay for a couple seconds sitting down, but then it runs back to you. So kind of same with meditation. It's totally normal for you to kind of try to stop and pause your brain for a little bit, but then it really goes back to activity. So again, it was just really interesting. All the lessons were really informative and really spoke to me, at least. So yeah, we totally recommend watching the lessons. But yes, meditation really requires training and practice like any other thing. Another cool thing that you can do with the Muse headband is help with your sleep and being able to track it. The Muse app uses digital sleeping pills for this, which can be things like sleep stories, meditations, music, and nature biofeedback. Personally, I'm a big fan of nature biofeedback, specifically rain sounds, which is what I've been using with Muse. And just like a quick funny story about how I started liking rain sounds, most of my life I had like really intense trouble sleeping. Like I would sometimes stay up at night like up to 3 hours just rolling in bed, not being able to fall asleep. And no, I don't mean being on my phone scrolling through TikTok. Like I mean literally being in bed with my eyes closed, not being able to fall asleep for hours. And this was a problem throughout my life that I didn't fix until one day I decided to play this like 8 hour long video on YouTube of like rain and thunder sounds, and that literally fixed it that same night. Ever since then, I started replaying this video every night, and I would fall asleep in no time. And after a few months of doing this, I actually didn't need it anymore, and I am no longer staying in bed for hours trying to fall asleep. So I'm just saying this story because it really is true that these digital sleeping pills can be helpful, and we each have our own kind of digital sleeping pill that would help us. And Muse just has a lot of them that you can try. So yeah, I think it's really cool. So I also took some of the sleeping lessons in the app, and it was really cool because it explained that the process of falling asleep is much like landing a plane. You always want the plane to kind of land smoothly and softly, but the reality of falling asleep is that we don't really fall asleep like this. We're always falling asleep like this. You know, like you're like going up and down, and like then you wake up and then you go back to being sleepy and then you wake up again. So the Muse app has this thing where it helps you kind of fix that curve. The way that it works is you of course wear your headband while you're sleeping, or you know, when you're about to go to sleep, and you start playing like the sleep session. So once you start playing this sleep session, it'll start playing whatever digital sleep you chose. And after that, so the volume of the sound will start at the highest level while you're awake, and while you're falling asleep, it'll like start lowering the volume little by little. So some way, somehow, that helps with eventually training your sleeping pattern, or not your sleeping pattern, but like your falling asleep phase, to go from a crazy roller coaster to like a very smooth way. So yeah, I thought this was really cool, and it was always really cool to like wake up and be able to see the results that were recorded throughout the night. Some example of the results that Muse records is like how long you were under different sleep stages. Another thing is like your heart rate. Another thing is like what positions you were sleeping on, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, just a lot of really cool features that the app can track. And there are also some premium experiences that you can try with Muse if you have a subscription, like something called the Biofeedback Plus that allows you to use your Muse with other apps and audio. Personally, I haven't gotten a chance to try this, but I'm definitely very curious to check this out because it's something that you could use while listening to your podcast or your Audible books. All in all, I really think this is a great product to use whether you're considering starting a meditation practice or you're already a pro of meditation. It's just always nice to learn more and being able to see physical evidence of your practice and its progress. And when it comes to sleep and helping it and tracking it, it's obviously just nice to be able to help you sleep better. I mean, that's something that I'm sure we would all like to do. I've definitely had a lot of fun using the Muse headband thus far, and will definitely continue. It is very comfortable to use, actually. I was kind of scared of using it during my sleep, but I didn't really feel it after a while. Although sometimes I did wake up without it, so it really depends of how you sleep, I guess. Meditating with Muse has definitely been a nice break during my schedule. Whether you're a student or professional, dedicating some time during the day for meditation can definitely become something you can look forward to. That is it for this video. If you'd like to check out the Muse S headband, you can go to the link down below in the description box, and you can receive an additional 10% off when you click the link below or use the code BME Life 10. If you have any questions or reviews about it, please don't hesitate to comment down below. And the last thing I want to mention is that if maybe you noticed that I'm wearing a biomedical engineer sweatshirt, this is from our new Etsy shop. We have a new merch line that we designed and created ourselves, so we would love if you could check it out. If you like anything, obviously feel free to purchase. Just very excited for the fall. Obviously sweatshirts are always very nice. So yeah, this merch line I think is really cool because it was obviously done by biomedical engineers for biomedical engineers. So yeah, if you would like to support us, please feel free to check out the link down below. Every purchase you make will definitely support us to keep making these videos, so we would really appreciate it and would be very proud to see you wearing our merch. And that is it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.